What's happening everyone, my name is Alex and welcome back. In today's video we are checking out a brand new scooter from Kugoo Kirin called the S4. So this is a foldable scooter that weighs about 13.5 kilos, so it's not that heavy but also not the lightest scooter out there. You can get up to 40 kilometers on one charge, and the maximum speed that you're going to be able to reach with this scooter, according to the manufacturer, is about 35 kilometers an hour. But we're going to test that out later on in the video. Alright, so this comes in a fairly big box, and inside the box obviously you're going to find the scooter, you're going to find these 4 screws. So you do have to assemble this when you take it out of the box. It's super simple to do, it takes about 5 minutes, and once you put that together you can go riding. Alright, taking a quick look at the scooter itself. Well, this looks like most scooters out there. I would say like 95% of the scooters out there. On the front here and on the back we have 10-inch inflatable tires. Now, having inflatable tires will help when you go over bumps. So we don't have a front or rear suspension, but having those tires definitely helps. So this scooter is not going to feel as bumpy as other scooters that I've tried in the past because of those tires. The folding mechanism is right here on the front. It's super simple to fold this. So you can take this on the bus, you can put it in the trunk of your car, so that simple. The 350 watt motor is located in the back wheel here, and we also have the disc brake right here. Now, unfortunately, this is the only brake that we have. So there is one brake on the back, but no brake on the front. The scooter also has a safety feature called EABS. So that means that the rear wheel is not gonna lock when you brake hard. Now, personally, I prefer scooters that have dual brakes, so a brake on the back and a brake on the front. I feel that if I'm going down the hill and the scooter is going quite fast, whenever I'm braking, I don't have that braking power that I would get if I have brakes on the front and of course on the back. On this side we also have the kickstand. The kickstand is made out of metal, so it is nice and sturdy, no issues with that. Here we have the charging port, so charging the scooter from 0 to 100 is done about 7 to 8 hours. But keep in mind that you get about 40 kilometers on one charge. The battery pack is located here at the bottom, and this part here, so where you're sitting with your feet, this is made out of rubber. On the back here we also have a light. This is bright enough to be seen in most situations, and this also acts as a brake light. So whenever you're pressing the brake here, of course that light will be brighter, so people can see that you're braking. And on the front here we also have a headlight. This is also bright enough to be seen in direct sunlight, so a good thing. And it's bright enough at night so it can light up the path ahead of you, and you can turn that on and off. The handlebar has rubber grips. The rubber grips don't seem to move at all. Definitely a good thing. I've had some other scooters in the past and these kind of move. Then we have the bellroy here and of course the brake lever. And on the right hand side we have the accelerator and the power button. From the power button you can turn off the headlights, you can change modes, and of course from here you also accelerate. This scooter doesn't have cruise control, unfortunately. This electric scooter also gets one of the biggest screens that I've seen on any scooter. Now, unfortunately, if you are in direct sunlight and it's a super bright day out, just like today, I can barely see the screen here, which is kind of a downside. I mean, if you're riding in the evening or something like that, you can definitely see the scooter, you can see your speed, you can see how much battery you have, you can see the battery's temperature and so on. But if it's super bright out, it's gonna be kind of difficult to see the screen, and it's such a shame because it's such a big screen, it has all this information on it. Another safety feature for this scooter, aside from the EABS, is the fact that if you touch the accelerator without moving the scooter, so by mistake the scooter is not gonna start moving. So whenever you wanna start moving, you basically have to start moving the scooter and then you accelerate and then it starts going. Other than that, it's not gonna accelerate by itself. Overall, the build quality for this electric scooter is one of the best that I've seen for any electric scooters. The scooter doesn't squeak, it doesn't shake, doesn't make any weird noises whenever you go over bumps and stuff like that, because I did have other scooters in the past that make a lot of noise when you go over bumps and stuff like that. So for build quality, this is built really well. As I mentioned earlier, from the power button here you can turn on or off the lights, and you can also change modes. So the scooter has 3 modes available. The first one is obviously the slowest one, the second one is the medium one, and the third one is the fastest one. Now that doesn't modify the scooter's power, it only modifies the top speed. Personally, I only go in the third mode because that's the fastest one. And according to the manufacturer, the top speed for this scooter is 35 kilometers an hour. But personally, I've only able to get about 31 kilometers an hour. But that probably has a lot to do with my weight. Your weight will also impact the range that you get on one charge. Me personally, because I'm heavier, I can only get about 30 kilometers on one charge. Laura, that's much lighter than me, she can get about 35 to 37 kilometers on one charge. So it really depends how hot it is outside, how heavy you are, and so on. As for uphill performance, well, we only have a 350 watt motor, so not that much power. And once again, if you're heavier like me, you're not gonna go uphill with this scooter, you're gonna have to push it. But if you're lighter, of course, the scooter can go a bit more and a bit faster. But it really depends on your weight and how much this can actually do for you. Okay, so next I'm gonna take you for a quick ride so you can see the top speed and you can see how the scooter accelerates and how it sounds when I'm going on it, basically. So let me put the camera on my chest here and let's go for that little ride. Okay, so we're gonna start from here. It's probably gonna get a bit windy, so maybe turn down your volume a bit. So I'm currently in mode 3. I'm not sure if you can actually see the screen here because it's quite bright out. So as I said, to start moving, you basically have to do this and then you accelerate. And then the scooter is going by itself. So we'll see how fast we get. I'm assuming around 29 kilometers. So we are currently doing 27. 31 right there. So 31 is the fastest that I've actually seen this scooter. We'll also do a bit of braking in just a second. So 29 still. So I'll brake as hard as I can. So the EABS does work really well. That rear wheel doesn't start skidding, which is important. So we'll brake one more time around here. So pretty decent braking, even though we don't have that front brake that I would definitely love to have. So yeah, this is how this scooter works when you're riding it, basically. Alright, so to quickly conclude this video, overall the Kugoo Kirin S4 is a very well built scooter. I love the fact that it doesn't make any noises or go over bumps. Those 10-inch inflatable tires definitely help with that. The only downside that I see for this scooter is the fact that it doesn't have a front brake. I wish it would have had a front brake because when I go downhill, I just don't feel that I have enough braking power with this scooter. So I wish we would have seen this scooter with a front brake, but other than that, we do get really good battery life, decent performance from a 350 watt motor. Alright guys, hopefully this video was useful. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.